Right then, on today's video, the Volvo isn't charging very much. You see there we've got 12.4 volts there. I'm just going to fire the car up and we'll see what it reads now. That's what it right in, it's about 13.3 volts, which isn't quite enough really. Typically it's charging a bit higher today. I've come out with the camera, but anyway, we've got new brushes to go in it. We'll start with removing the alternator. Right, so typically then it started charging at 13.7 volts, but really it has only been charging around the 13.2 volts. So we need to remove the alternator. So first job is going to be to disconnect the negative terminal of the battery, and then obviously we need to get the fan belts off, which is just adjusted down there to unslacken, and then hopefully it'd be quite simple taking off the alternator. Right, so I've removed the top bolt for the alternator, so we should just be able to slip off the belts now. Again, it's going to be easier two-handed. Right, so that's with the belt off. Obviously we've got the battery cable disconnected, so I think now I'm going to remove the wires. So we've got the exciter wire there, should just come off. And then just like, I think it's going to be a 13mm nut and bolt to get off the main power cable going to it. The cable's now disconnected. Looks like there's just a big nut and bolt. Oh, sorry, it's hard to show you. So there's a big nut and bolt down through here. So we'll try and undo that next, and hopefully the alternator will just pop right out then. There we go, there's that lower bolt out. We're just going to take the alternator out now. Oh, hang on, there's another wire there, look, that I've missed. We'll just undo that a sec then. The alternator out, looking at the paint marks on it, looks like it is a replacement one from a breaker's yard. So hopefully we've got the right brush back to go in. So obviously now I've just got to undo these screws, take the plastic cover off, and fingers crossed we've got the right one. There we go, just undo those 3 screws, and there's like these 3 little clips that you've got to pull out, a clip on there. We pop that apart, and that's what we're with. So obviously we've got the new part here, and there's a part number. Looks like it's going to be right. We'll get it out of the box and get these 2 screws out and see what's involved then. Hopefully no soldering. So I've got this one out of the box. It does look different, but whether that's just because this is obviously a Hella one, not a Bosch one. But we'll just take off the old one and see if we can get that one to fit on there, because it looks like the mounting holes are going to be right and the bushes are going to be in the right place. But obviously got this bit here on the top there is on the side there, but we'll see if it will fit. Well, unfortunately it's the wrong parts. It's the wrong one, it's not going to fit at all, but we can get the part number off of this one now. Looking at those brushes, you can see they are very worn. Don't think the slip rings are too bad, they're a bit scored up, but hopefully they're not too bad. I don't know if I can replace them in there or not, I'll have to do some research. Right then, so we've got a cameraman here today, this is Pete mate. So the alternator, obviously I had the wrong brushes and regulator because it's actually an upgraded 100 amp one. And the slip rings were really worn on them. I'll pop a picture up now so you can see it. So we've I took it to a specialist to have it rebuilt, but let's just whip the cover off to have a look. I already took the screws out before. So as we can see here, got the new regulator with the built-in points. You can just about see down there, that's new slip rings in there. It's very hard to see on camera, but as you saw from the picture of the old one, they were very, very warm. So hopefully now this alternator will last a long time. So let's get it back together and get it fitted in the car. Right, so just putting the alternator back in, it's just sitting there at the moment. So obviously we need to get the wires back on the back, make sure they're not catching on anything. Then we've got the big long bolt goes to the bottom and the little adjustable one on the top. And then we need to pop the fan belts back on. And obviously double check the wires. I've just put a bit of contact cleaner in the ends of the wires, but they all look nice and clean. So just loosely put the wires back on there. Now I'm going to get the alternator in position. We've got the bottom bolt in already. Right, not to make it look like I've just suddenly done it easy, we've got the fan belt back on now, but we did have to take the lower bolt back out just to tilt the alternator in, just to slip the belts on. It's a very tight fit, so they're new belts. Well, probably about 2 years ago now, but yeah. Anyway, we've just got to get everything tightened up now and the top nut and bolts in, and then we can test to see if it works then. Right, so that's all the top and bottom bolts in. I nipped at the nuts on the wires now. Fan belts on. We're just going to try and tension the wire. Just going to try and tension the fan belts, but I think it's supposed to have an adjuster on here, but it's missing, but obviously it's just got the nut and bolt through it. But because this is a 100 amp alternator, I don't know whether they don't work with these ones. But anyway, Pete's going to try and film me tension it. It's very difficult to do. So get the breaker bar in along there. It just goes on the back of the water pump. Put the pressure on it. And hopefully the spanner in place. Hopefully that's it. We'll just check the tension of the belts now. Not over tight, but we're probably happy with that. So we go. So now we're going to connect the battery back up, fire it up, and we'll get the test meter on there to make sure it's still working. To make sure it's charging now. That's right, let's get her fired up and see if she's charging. Turn the ignition on. Got a battery light on, yeah, battery light's on, second on the left. Battery light's gone out, that's a good sign. Meter on there then. Well, that's looking better, 14.2 volts. Well, I'm happy with that anyway. That's charging a lot better than it was. That's probably whereabouts where it should be. Normally you go for 14.4. But there we go. It might go up if we turn the lights on and things. But yeah, anyway, Volvo back in action. So we've got a lot of Land Rover videos coming up soon. So stay watching. Thank you.